Alright, let's get back into it. So, in case you missed the last one, we just died. But then we broke a bunch of mirrors, and now we're alive again. So that's fun. It says we're still on day 5. We're now back at the Stillwater, which we haven't visited in this playthrough yet. I guess that's the Stillwater.
Misophonia, Dankovsky.
Right, we hate music. But at least it makes us less depressed. Hey, look, it's our girl! Femme Fatalist. Also, if you hear audio in the background, it's just my roommates talking. Hopefully it's not too distracting. I need to find a mechanical clock to restart time. Sounds easy. As easy as anything else I've done in this town. Ava's friend is waiting for me in the Stillwater's living room. I'm just going to see if I can go find Ava before we talk to Yulia. Sorry, DC. Oh, load the prototype. Definitely going to do that. Oh, but I don't have stimulants? That doesn't seem right. I've got coffee and tobacco and strychnine and all this other good stuff. Does that not count? It's bollocks.
I'm afraid it's natural. Simon's fate was inevitable.
Can I mix medicine? Okay, but what will that do? Extra recipes, here we go. Bromide, belladonna and water, and valerian extract. Morphine, strychnine, and water. Makes calomel. Water and morphine crystals makes morphine. That makes sense. I have some of those things, but they're in the clock storage, so I'll have to find that first. And we don't have anything to analyze either. Is there anything else we can do in this room? Ava's friend. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Oh, here we go. Oxbile, Novocaine, and belladonna. Can we make... Yes! Okay, great. Okay. That's great. That makes me feel better. What's this? Prepare the projectile. Oh, no idea what that is. Okay, Eva's not here, so, yep.
There are unseen threads snaking through the tumult that the world seems made of.
Feels like Yulia has a new voice. Yulia Lyuricheva, the Fatalist. She came from the capital with the Oneirotects, an organization that built the western part of this town. Many of the town's oddities can be attributed to them. Yulia immediately struck me as an intelligent, rational, and unhappy person.
The lines on your palm lead nowhere, but they can be graphed.
Got
And
it.
the graph is a simple mapping. It's asymptotic.
Got a cigarette? Afraid not. Pity. There are no cigarettes left in town. There's almost nothing left, really. But I miss cigarettes especially. Are you a friend of Ava's? Forgive me, I'm still getting acquainted with the guests of this house. So you don't remember me? Well, I should have expected that. You're probably beset with new demands every minute. Forgive me, you're right. So much has piled up, and everyone wants something from me. I'm Yulia Lyuricheva. 2 days ago you came to my house, the Trammel, and promised to put in a good word for me with the Canes, to make sure they don't exile me from the town. Ah, yes, of course, I remember you. I'm afraid I haven't had the chance to speak with the Canes yet, but I will certainly get around to it. I see you're not in the mood, but I thought we had an agreement. I gave you a lead, and you gave me your word. As awkward as this sounds, it's nice to meet you again. Could you remind me what else we discussed in our last meeting? We talked about the Aneritects. You were curious to meet one of them, and you found me. The Aneritects, isn't that the town association of architects and engineers? The Aneritects, we're the ones the Canes once invited to design the town of their dreams. When you're young, passionate, and striving for a breakthrough, it's often hard to find the opportunity to realize your ambitious plans. The Canes gave us that opportunity. Do I detect a note of bitterness in your voice there? Rather bitter irony. We were inspired, but years passed us by. Some fled from here, while others will never flee because they've been laid to rest in this earth. When I visit the Stillwater, I feel like I'm returning to the time of our hope. After all, it was built by one of us, the best of us. This is hard for me to explain, but I keep feeling that the Stillwater somehow affects me. You've already noticed. The Stillwater has its name for a reason. It's quiet. It's subtle. Ask yourself how many rooms it has. The question is more interesting than it seems. The answer is either a joke or a gift from the architect. You know, there are 1,000 reasons to admire Eva, but the main one is that she's capable of living here. Do you know her well? Everyone in the Aneritects loved her. She was, for us, a tuning fork, the best, most sensitive audience, a canary in the mine. No university can teach what she knows. Even if the town dies, and with it all our works, I'm happy that Eva saw them. You're an interesting conversationalist, Yulia. Now I certainly remember your request about the Canes, and I'll do everything in my power to fulfill it. Ah, so here's the events we forgot. A couple of days ago, I made some promise to Yulia Lulicheva that I didn't keep. I can do better. My poor mind is stretched to breaking. I look at the architecture in this district and I see demons. The town is driving me insane. These already infected districts have declared war on me. If only I could have done things differently. Well, what would I have become? A pricey souvenir. There's probably a bottle of Tarunian brandy inside. These kinds of gifts are a sign of deep respect.
There are unseen threads snaking through the tumult that the world seems made of.
How did it go? Long voyages are long consumptions, and ships are carts for executions. That's cheery.
Migraine. Ah, yes. This is migraine.
There we go. I need to find a mechanical clock. Okay. What's up with this? There she is. Eva Jan, canary in a cage. The Stillwater is a failed observatory converted into a guest house. One day, Eva Jan just moved in. She was never chased out because, according to locals, the Stillwater changes people in strange ways, and someone must bear its attentions. When I arrived, they'd already arranged a room for me at the Stillwater. I saw Eva every day. She almost never went outside.
There'll be no deaths while you're with us, right?
You're back. That's good. You'll sleep much more soundly in the still water than in a prison cell. Simon had good reason to arrange for you to stay here. Good reason, you say? Tell me, this long case clock, how long has it been here? It's always been here. Simon used to joke that they've built the still water around it. When Farkad started erecting the still water, the clock was the first thing to be installed. But why are you asking? Is the ticking too loud? Disturbs your sleep? No, just curious where it came from. So you say it was Simon who brought it here? I don't think he actually brought it by himself. It's quite heavy, but it was brought here at his request. In fact, you are the first one to ask me about it. Most people just don't notice it. Every time I see you touching it, it feels like you can see something that I can't, as if you're being transported by it. Wait, have you already seen me touching this clock before? You've been living here for 5 days. Of course I have. Every single day you stand in front of it and murmur something before you go to bed. If I didn't know you're such a skeptic at heart, I would have thought you were performing a ritual. I'm just trying to figure out what kind of place the still water is. Those who live in the still water can get things muddled in their heads, but you shouldn't blame everything on the house. It's unusual, certainly, and built with specific intent, but in the end, it's only a building. I've heard a different story. I've heard something isn't right with this house, like people can't stay in here for too long. In our little town, there are tall tales about everything, even toy bulls. Separating truth from fiction is hard, even for the locals. I'm dead tired. I need to sleep. Sleep is death's little brother. Who told you that? You. That sure sounds like me. Don't lie down while you're thinking so much about the clock. You won't fall asleep anyway. May I take a closer look at the clock? I'll be careful, I promise. Oh, 1 second. Oh, never mind. Okay, let's loot this first. See if we can do anything downstairs with any of this. Oh, let's see what's upstairs too. Oh, I've got a little loft now. The long-distance train rides are filthy and crime-ridden. Suitcases and Thanatica, that's all I am. Miserable. Don't open the door for Talman until I'm back. There's a mirror. Okay. Time skip. Huh. Interesting that that's how Daniil thinks about it instead of just sleep. That makes a lot of sense, honestly. Okay. Let's see. We had morphine and water. There we go. And then, what were the other ones? Calomel, morphine, strychnine, and water. So we're probably going to need a fair bit of that stuff. Okay, cool. And then we have a reagent. Does that mean we can use this? No. What is our reagent good for? A plant-based dye used in a microscope. Okay, so I guess we can hold on to this until we have something to examine. Still don't know what the pens are good for since I can't seem to trade with them. Can I equip one? No. Interesting. And then this, right, the projectile. Still don't know what that is. Oh. And, right, I already looted this. Wish I had time to read. The table is quite exquisite. Fine woodwork. I'd get one of those in the capital. Okay. Put some pens in here. My walnuts. Put my watch in here too. And the reagents. And the bullet, since I don't have anything to use it with either. Okay. Amalgam is required to recall the past. Amalgam is needed both for the bachelor's past and the player's past. Loading a save requires payment. It can be obtained by smashing mirrors, and in a couple more ways. Okay. Day 1, in which the calamity can still be prevented. In which the bachelor disturbs the earth twice. In which the bell tolls. Which ends more abruptly than the rest. Well, I kind of want to go back to the first day since we never got to finish it. Oh, you again. What's that glowing green square? It's rude of you to make me sit so far back from your desk. But I guess it is your desk.
Not again. Once more.
At it again, Doctor? I asked you not to bury me in trifles, and here you are to complain that children stole your microscope. Your arrival in this town doesn't interest me. I care only about what matters. What could be more important than how it all began? Or do you take me for your memoirist, a close friend entrusted with your life from its very beginning? But on day 1, something else happened, something that matters. It concerns Simon. Simon Kane is a curious figure indeed, but for our purposes he is entirely secondary. By the time you arrived, he was already dead, as I understand it. And that is your mistake, Inspector. You are misreading the past. Simon is central to my account. You still can't grasp my central point, esteemed bachelor. You chased after some old man and turned your back on the fate of tens of thousands of people. That is where your guilt lies. Now you are repeating the same mistake. We're investigating the plague. The plague. The town. Only they matter, not Simon. Who gave you the right to decide what matters and what doesn't? A special commission did. Is Simon connected to the plague? He's not. Is his death connected? It's not. Until you can establish that connection for me, I don't wish to hear about your white whale hunt. What I do wish to hear about is criminal negligence. I have not been negligent. Okay, he won't let me go back to day 1. Oof. It's very expensive. Okay, let's do it. You again.
Stifling in this room, isn't it? Hard without a breath of fresh air.
You've been going on about the second day. What are you implying exactly? According to our information, there was no plague in the town yet. There was nothing to research besides the still water and its charming mistress. The plague didn't appear out of the blue. The outbreak struck on the 3rd day, but that means it was already brewing on the 2nd. How can you be sure of that? In fact, here's a report in your own hand. The latent stage lasts 5 to 8 hours. The town was still clean on the second day. The report is correct about the latent stage, but the town wasn't clean. You cannot possibly know whether the town was clean on the second day or not. You hadn't opened the hospital yet. You understood nothing about the sand plague. And pardon my frankness, but I'm not interested in your hypotheses or speculations. I need hard facts. I did open the hospital on the third day. Why don't you tell me about that, then? And we'll see if there's any merit to your musings about the genesis of the plague. If you'd just let me tell the story how I see fit, we'd settle this matter sooner. In which the bell tolls. What do you want now? Jesus Christ.
If only problems would resolve themselves,
You are, I beg your pardon, trying to deceive me time and again. Sure enough, it isn't in my power to forbid you lying. Errare humanum est. And one can also, shall we say, be mistaken with no ill intent. But as far as formal logic is concerned, you are constantly feeding me something that can only be described as falsehood. Everyone lies. You two are lying to me right now. What do we have next? Day 3, the crucial one, the day the town elites were to appoint the Health Inspector General, the person to lead the fight against the epidemic. You were absent. My office in this town was that of a chance visitor. Can you comprehend that, or are you willing to admit that my invitation was orchestrated? Do you admit that this whole thing with Simon Kane was nothing but an excuse? They wanted to shut down your lab, and you just shirked your responsibilities, scuttling away to the back of beyond and abandoning your brainchild for your junior colleagues to deal with. The captain was the first to desert the sinking ship. I will never admit to that, and putting such nonsense in my mouth is petty, I have to say. Oh, you're baring your teeth? How cute. Let's say I suspend my disbelief for a moment. You claim you led the emergency command dealing with the epidemic. But what about a hospital? Why didn't you open a hospital in this town? I can only explain that as deliberate sabotage. I did open one. According to my information, there was no hospital building in the town. Here, take a look. Who are your mysterious informants? People. They see everything, Dankovsky. They also lie all the time. That was another discovery I made at the hospital, by the way. Okay, good. We're finally getting on with it. Okay, day 2. Day 1, day 2. Let's see. What's new? I already told the inspector everything he was interested in, and even a bit more. Today the town learned of the plague. Recalling the day 2 would be valuable for understanding the genesis of the epidemic. First, I must recall whether I opened the hospital, otherwise I'm of little use. Terrible vengeance. I wasn't the only one who found Reuben's hideout. On this day, the attackers tracked him down and killed him. On the third day, Reuben was hiding in the warehouses. He was planning something. He was afraid of something. Okay, so it says, alter the course of events. Start day. Let's see what that does. If I die with no amalgam, death will be final. It's crucial to always have some. Day 3, in which the bell tolls. Oh, I slept in. I always remember important items, artifacts. Small things are forgettable. Consumables are not transferred between days. They're waiting for me in the clock on the day when I collected them. Okay. So the things in the clock I won't get back until until day 5. Good to know. Oh, wasn't there a mirror up there? Oh, no, there is not. Well. Nope, wrong button. The rulers of this town are waiting for me in the town hall. My train car was heated by a stove just like this one. At Northern Station, a freight car was attached to my train. Looks like that's where the firewood came from. Hey, Eva.
Sometimes I wonder what is beyond wonders.
When I wake up, I try not to remember what day it is for as long as possible. Morning is a fluid time. Whatever happened outside hasn't reached you yet, which means it has no more power over you than a dream.
Oh, well, don't I look stupid now? Terrible news, you have learned something today.
When I wake up, I immediately run through all the things I need to do. In the morning, certain things become clear that fade away by evening. This morning, I realized something about you, why you swing between gloom and fever. I call it apathy and mania. You love words borrowed from dead languages. Tell me, have you always been like this? Swinging from one extreme to the other? No, everyone has mood swings, but mine were never this violent. Simon once said that a person's greatest battle isn't with their circumstances, not with hunger, thirst, or exhaustion. The real fight is always with yourself. Until you've been to your own apex and your own abyss, you'll never know who you are. Hunger and thirst are serious opponents, too. How many thousands of people lose to them every day? A lot, but you'll never be among them. Food, drink, and shelter will always be there for you. You don't even need to think about such trifles. I don't think about them. Usually I don't even notice the taste of food. But no one can get inside and change you. Well, they can, and eventually it will happen, but only you can keep track of your own peace of mind and the seesaw in your head. How do you know what I call it? Well, it's a pretty obvious image. I suppose so. Oh, hey, amalgam gained. Great. Antique. 4 keys are clear from the dust. A single chord. Alas, I don't have an ear for music. Isn't it bad for the instrument to keep it in such a humid environment?
My head hurts enough as it is.
So angy. Let's go see if the other room is open. Oh, hello. All your hopes died on the vine. No capital for us now. The governor's ordered to shut off the tracks. Quarantine, they say. I came on duty today, and no one was there. You'd think the station had died out. Can it really be the plague? Must be why all of them big people are gathered in the town hall now. Doctor, is that you? Back from the meeting already? You're the doctor, so tell us, please. Will they close the town? They better close it. The disease is extremely contagious. We can't let it spread to other towns. So you don't know either. I thought you were the one Saburov turned to. You should hurry to the town hall then. They'll be lost without you. They're talking about the plague. Everyone who's important. Governor Saburov, both Olgimskys, senior and junior. Junior's in charge of the anti-plague measures. And the Kanes, our third rulers, always with some ace up their sleeve. I heard they called for you too, since you're the doctor from the capital. And who might you be, if I may ask? What brings you to the Stillwater? Just, a good place, this. Calm. People always come here if they need some calm. Ava welcomes them. Our son used to moonlight here when he was little, sweeping the chimneys. Earned some money for his own studies in the capital that way. He left there later. We come here when we miss him. Thought I'd go visit him in the capital, but then my Pavel says there's a quarantine. Be glad that your son is in the capital. At least he's safe from the plague, as long as the quarantine is enforced. Good day. Oh, and time does pass when I speak to them. That's good to know. All right. Anything in here? Yeah, there we go. And is our thingamajig loaded? Is our thingamajig even equipped? It is, and it's loaded. Great. But evidently we can only load it at the still water, which, that's annoying. I have to use it judiciously. Oh, hello. Mirrors and coffins are all too alike. One ill-timed glance, and they'll trap you inside. I'm in no hurry to get inside my coffin. Ah, how droll, senor. How droll you are indeed. Just mind your eyes around the coffins here. I see no need for you to look inside. Should I avert my gaze from mirrors, too? Will I see something I shouldn't? Imagine that you are a mirror. When a man stands before you, you hold in yourself his double. And so, where once one stood, they are now one and one again. Were I a mirror framed, I'd hold that man within my depths, never to release him, forever hidden behind silvered glass. Mirrors are just glass and silver amalgam. They don't think. Amalgam, yes, that is the word, senor. It strains belief, but still you must believe. The flow of time inside our town is not at all like what you know. It is a fluid. It seeps. It licks. It leaks. And in it, you must swim. I have this odd feeling that I know what happened in the future, as if the future was instead of will be. And if time flows, then you may bottle it, like blood or dew or tears. You keep it for a rainy day and spend it when you must. Stock up on time on idle evenings, then spend it all when a report comes in and work piles up? I wouldn't say no to that, if it was possible, of course. If you had such a cache of liquid time, you could then move across the days to find yourself at the right point in the right place, much like you did just now, senor. And correct someone else's mistakes, I suppose? Indeed, if you could handle it, senor. What need have you to put your mind in chains? You do believe that dead men can one day be brought to life anew. Say I believe you. What then? Amalgam is what we call liquid time. So long as you have some, you'll need not take a linear view of things. You may rewind the film or turn the story on its side. And if perchance you meet your death, instead of life, amalgam will pour out of you, and you'll be granted a new chance to try. Your fellow in the mirror room, or was that you too, already told me about it. You must remember this. To die with no amalgam is a final and true death, the same death that you struggle to defeat, so you must always keep amalgam close at hand, or else you'll meet that darkest end. I understand. With no amalgam left, your watch is just a watch, not a tool for changing time. You must remember this. To die with no amalgam is a final and true death. Oh, okay. Just repeating yourself. So amalgam is vital to me just as others depend on bread and meat to survive. Indeed. You need not go a scrounging for your daily bread. You'll have all that you need. Amalgam you must find for your own self. Mirrors are a source of it. They skim a man's reflection, trapping time within themselves. And if a mirror you should break, its liberated time you could then take. And the world inside the mirror will be in shattered pieces, I see. Amalgam also comes from labors done. Every finished task inspires, giving you more time. What else? My task today is to explain the things that matter most. The rest you'll come to know and understand in time. I ask, Senor, do you believe the things I've said? Do you hear my words, Simon's words, with respect? Simon was doing experiments with times, with clocks, watches. That's the important part, which I understand. Oh, you're not going to let me break the mirror? I hope to find some peace here at least. What's this creature doing here? I won't even look in it. I feel horrible. What just happened to me? Oh, but I can break this one.
This is it.
What you looking at? Is my face that interesting? Yee. Every time I see one of them, I wonder what they are. This is an Odong. Cattle folk. They're raw, unfinished. I can't get rid of this one. Follows me like a dog, he does. Stopped to catch my breath by your house, and now it's eyeing you. I know this look. I mean you no harm, Moga-kun. I want only to look. Look at what? The Stillwater used to be an observatory, but there's no telescope and no stars to look at. I want to take a look at you, Amite. Haven't seen a creature like you in a while. Your gait and your rags. Look at the rags. What do you mean, rags? Do you have any idea how expensive this coat is? I mean it with respect. I love rags, and I love creatures. Love studying them. We Odonge are simple, herders. But Bodo granted me a mind. Honir holtoi uhan. I love studying creatures. May I study you, Amite? You want to follow the doctor from the capital? Follow him like a dog now. I do not follow like a dog. I'll stay put. He comes to this house often. Your house knows you, but for Moga-kun, the house is new. I will study him and know how the house treats him. Haven't seen anything like this before. We get a few visitors. Study me how, exactly? No taram jakui baidal. I'll stand in the corner and observe. What an odd creature you are. So much tabarinud. I can be useful too, mind. Very helpful. Eche tichatal. Are you offering some kind of arrangement? I see stains on your rag. Tiny drops. Yun Gesheb, is it ox bile? You must need it, if you have it on you. Say you need more. I can get more. You could use it. Yes, I could use some more. I need it for the prototype. I need belladonna and novocaine, too. Beauty drops and numb water. I know. I can get those for you, Moga-kun. I'll bring as much as you need if you let me study you, observe you. I'll trade bile and whatever else you say. Hein Kelsi. Trade? I thought you'd give me the ingredients in exchange for getting to observe me. This is not our way. Things of use are valuable. Even Mother Bodo grants herbs in exchange for the bride's dances, and bulls for the drover's labors. Letting me study you costs you nothing. I won't ask much for the bile, but it should be a trade. I'm not sure I need it, but I'm happy to support a fellow researcher. It's a deal. Hey, what about me? I got used to having you around, and now you want to run away with the doctor from the capital? Here, I thought we were friends. We are friends, but I befriend creatures to study them, Amite. I studied you, and you are no strange creature to me no longer. Farewell. I'll meet you in the Stillwater, researcher. Just don't bother Ava, or I'll throw you out. My decision echoes in the future. What a show! A local oddity, a steppe Odong, was amazed by my appearance and dreams of studying me. I allowed the Odong to observe. He promised to be useful. I hope he will share his monograph on the behavior of thanatologists in crisis situations afterwards. I'm a little worked up.
Every creak, like a gunshot.
It's so telling that Daniil just, like, sees health as a single stat. Whereas, I mean, I guess we had that in 2 as well, but it was like you had, you know, your hunger and thirst and exhaustion and all these other things, all these elements of physical existence. And Daniil's just like, yeah, that's just the body. It's all one thing. I'm gonna go get some more water. I'll be right back.
honest now. I could use some quiet.
Swine. Beasts. I should never have indulged their whims.
Well, it was a productive night.
The crazed mob believes that Simon was reborn as Clara. Madmen. They were hounding her only yesterday.
In truth, I am blind. I ceased to see things long ago.
Fuck. I didn't realize that my mic was still muted. I don't know how long that's been going on. But hopefully you've been able to follow along with what's happening. Hi, Peabody. Sorry about that. Yeah. Sorry, guys. My bad.
That way we know it's not going to be being interrupted no matter what.
But just to recap what happened, we got to the town hall.
That is not a stack that we can help with.
And found out that Vlad Jr., Big Vlad's son, claims to have created a vaccine already, which he's tested on some people at the Broken Heart pub. So we're heading there to investigate. We're also going to try to see if we can intervene and prevent Ruben and Bad Grief from being killed tonight. And we now have the ability to, like, potentially issue decrees. So, like, our first decree is that we're going to build a hospital or, you know, make a hospital somewhere in town. So, yeah. Let's head to the pub. District status, rioting. Oh dear. Maybe we should go there first.
Yeah, this way when we all die, what do you call it? Earth's got way less to go.
Daniil's decree number 1. Stop being meanies to me. I'm sensitive. Seriously. This game is like overstimulation's simulator. Ooh.
Camera obscura. Camera lumina.
Okay.
Never alone. Things everywhere.
So I saw a post that was like, because in Pathologic 2, as you were walking around as Artemy, you would sometimes hear a loud bang that was, it sounded like something kicking a dumpster, so, or someone slamming a dumpster. So now we know where all that sound was coming from. Also, how's the audio mix, Peabody? Like, can you hear? Am I like not too loud relative to the game? And can you hear my roommate talking? Is that distracting?
It's a very clean looking tub.
It definitely seems like my mic's picking her up, but I can't hear what it actually sounds like. Oh, you again. Why do you insist on snooping around here? Didn't I make it clear that you'd be devoured? I didn't plan this. You can't walk around town without stumbling upon the plague. Well, I'll give you that. Not like you can just run through the plague. But in that case, you'll need to learn the anatomy of an infected district. There's usually an epicenter. What do you see on the ground there? Plague miasma and fog? All right. Peabody says to tell you I love you, Clara. I don't think Daniil does, though. There's a focal point somewhere in the district, a plague rupture, and there are often dark crimson flowers blooming above it, a flower that thrives on blood. That makes the rupture easy to spot. But if I were you, I'd stay as far away from it as possible. A rupture? Where does it come from? The ground. Didn't they tell you that anger, death, and shabnaks are all born from the earth? Well, now you know. In other words, somewhere in this district there's a hotbed of bacteria-ridden dirt with distinctive flower next to it. I should collect a sample. Are you out of your mind? How would you react if someone went after your mother? Disturb the earth and the Shabnak Adig will see only you. She won't rest till she strangles the life from you. Someone once advised me not to take my hallucinations too seriously, so I won't. She's wandered off right now. Maybe you could pull this off. If you find the flower, scrape the dirt beneath it. But next time the Shabnak will be close by, mark my words. You'll have to stop her somehow to collect your sample. Or dodge her, I don't know. Anyway, you'd be better off just staying home. What doesn't exist cannot harm me. I just need to keep my imagination in check. Oh, right, because words can't kill. No one's ever died after the thousands of times someone said, "Fire, I hate you," or "I declare war." Let me just collect a sample, and we'll see what happens next. I have not told the Odong yet that you love him, but I will next time I speak to him. There's a focus of infection here that I need to find. The louder the sound, the closer I am. Okay, I'm gonna need headphones on for this.
You invented this yourself.
Seems like the sound is getting quieter.
And now you look like a small, incredibly neon, what do you call it? Cyberpunk protagonist.
It's definitely quieter. That doesn't seem good. Whoop! Hi! Okay,
And I had to get 6 months of weekly traction.
come on.
One of the things
Oh,
they did
right.
was stick a tent on my back, too.
Oh, I need to actually put matches in my pocket. Great. Okay. Wah! There's something over there. Come on.
This is all staged. A farce.
There we go.
Mysterio.
Sample collection. You must collect the spores from the ground into the prototype. Shabnak is not going to like this, but I shouldn't turn away for too long or flee. Okay. Uh-oh. That looks like. Okay, got the sample. Here's a limbit with a long beak at the still water where I can prepare the charge. No time for the analyzer. Okay, let's get out of here. It will perish before the next day.
Time for some popcorn.
Okay, so it sounds like
I am fainting.
I have to study it before the end of the day, but I don't have to go there right now. So. I think we
I'd
can
rather
get
not
out this
hear it
way.
all.
Yes, we're almost there. Okay. Whew. That was exciting.
Over here, Steppe.
His gloves shiny? His gloves are shiny because they're, oops, because he polishes them. They killed him like an animal. Don't you get it? He went out for water, and as soon as he stepped over the threshold, someone slit his throat. I've never seen so much blood in my life. He's still lying there in a puddle, eyes open, staring at the sky. Bloody beasts. People like that need a muzzle and a leash. What beasts are you talking about, gentlemen? Who exactly do you plan to put on a leash? Well, we were assigned to keep order, but there's none left to keep. It's all gone to hell in a handbasket. People have lost their minds, stalking armed through the streets. Scaring off thieves is one thing, but this, they're rioting. Can't you hear the shots, Doctor? The knives are bared. Take one step into the street and you'll be choking on your own blood. I'll keep my windpipe unventilated, thank you very much. I was in a choir before the plague. So you need weapons, is that it? Well, between the two of us, we've got one gun. But what are we supposed to do with it? Shoot people? I'm happy to scare folks or chase them off, but I draw the line at killing. I won't do it. You can keep going if you want, but count us out. Here, I'll even give you the revolver. Motherfucker, I had to spend so much money to get a revolver and to... Dankovsky really does live a charmed life. Do you have the ammo for it? We do, but not much. It's a rare commodity. And maybe that's for the best. Shooting just makes noise. It'd only attract more of those fiends. If some thug comes at you, don't get trigger happy. Try threatening him first. Shove the barrel in his face. Give him a scare. That'll buy you time to run. Only two things worth preserving in a riot. Your honor, your neck, and your ammo. That's three things, but no matter. I know what you mean. It's dangerous out here. I must be ready to defend myself with a weapon. Dangerous, but cowardly. It's better to load the gun, but the locals don't know it's loaded if it's loaded. They only see a revolver aimed at them. They're afraid. A shot into the air or the deaths of their fellow rioters will frighten them eventually. It's important not to let them realize I'm out of ammo. I can always run away, but I'll only be fast enough if I use stimulants. Okay, revolver bullets. Of course, revolving takes half an hour, because this game is not about pulse-pounding combat, it is about being terrified. Okay.
What is that? Доктор, прости. Брат, не убивай. Вот сюда. Доктор. А чё не стреляем?
Ah! There is no death. The people have gone savage. Well, that sucked. How far is that going to set me back? Backbone, I guess, is the most recent one. Ugh. Damn it, does that mean I'm gonna have to get the sample again?
On your head?
Yeah, okay, cool. Cool. At least now I know exactly where the, what's the word? The flower is. Yeah. Okay. I already told you, she's my little sister. It's a family matter. Consider it us dividing an inheritance. In short, it's none of your business. The fact that you'll catch the plague and die makes it my business. Hello, Freya. Don't pin this on me. I'm perfectly fine. You're the one who wandered somewhere you won't even leave on your own 2 feet. Do you even understand the anatomy of a plague-ridden district? There's usually an epicenter. Terra Mater, Terra Devoratrix. Okay, seen most of this before. A focal point of infection, you mean? That makes sense. Any infection must have a source.
Haven't seen a single Fending
I
thing
mean the
from-
rupture in the ground. Okay. How am I supposed to understand the nature of the infection if I don't study it? So the plague emerges from the ground. That's a very important tidbit. I'm doing pretty well. Except I just died and have to do this whole bit again. But at least I know where I'm going this time. Maybe I can do it more efficiently. Primed and ready to fire off just in case. Run, 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 run! Am I going the right way? No, I'm not!
Why are you over there?
Fuck! Fuck, fuck, fuck. Yes, okay. Thank goodness.
Guys, no.
Okay, now I just have to not die for being shot.
You're the one wearing the freezer. Sir, at the GPS,
Let's load it up. And what's the best way through the district? Okay. So left. So right. Left. Right. Left. Okay.
So,
Oh. Breathe in. Breathe out. Get your act together, Dankovsky. I've got it. Okay, right. I need to aim, not shoot. Got my mouse keys mixed up. No, I can't go that way. Great. Take a stimulant because I cannot afford to be slow right now. Okay.
Вот сюда. Сюда. Слышь? Прости.
Только не убивай. Бей. Мало мы вас вешали. Поди сюда. Не бась, не бась. Только не убивай. Идите, разговор.
Вот сюда.
Мало мы вас вешали.
Okay, well, I wasted a couple bullets,
Не
but
стреляй. Слышь?
А давай-ка,
Ва.
мало мы вас вешали. Вот не да.
Доктор.
Брат.
Слышь?
Не заряд, брат. Только
ah, shit, it's locked.
I watched all the old sex let him play.
Let me get in the back. To get to Ruben before his killers. This door is locked. So what do I do?
Не так быстро. Только не убивай. Брат, не убивай.
At least I can take their stuff.
Не заряжен. Разговор. Только не убивай. Доктор.
доктор!
Слышно ли? Мало мы вас вешали. Брат,
Вот сюда!
какие патронов? Вот не ждали.
Well, that's irritating. Oh, those are, so I need to actually, like, young men are on lookout at Reuben's. Hostile intentions are written all over their faces. Leave them be and they'll cause trouble. Okay, so I think I just need to, like, kill them or scare them all off. That was not super clear. Ah, damn it. I left. Fuck. Can I use this clock over here to reload? Do you have a clock in here, Notkin? No, of course not. Don't even want to talk to me. That's fine. I did just barge in here. Oh, here we go. But I don't have... I can't interact with it. Damn it.
The town dribbles.
Well, we can still try to learn what we can from the broken heart. Maybe I'll be able to come back and save Reuben another day. Or, you know, same day, but you know what I mean. It's important to remember that, like, not realizing you could have done something different until it's too late is quite core to the pathologic experience. And there's no caches back here. In 2, there were, like, children's caches hidden around the place that you could find useful items in, but the kids did tell me that they weren't going to let me play their games with them. It's also interesting that there's a lot more fences around in Daniil's conception of the town. I heard a speculation that that's because, you know, Artemy doesn't think anything of just like hopping a fence to get around, but Danil, you know, Danil would never. So Artemy doesn't even see the fences.
Misophonia, Dankovsky.
Okay. Yeah, here's the broken heart. Yeah, it's definitely a theme of the game, Peabody. Let's see. Oh, and I'm all out of stimulants. Lovely. Maybe there's someone in here I can buy from. Ooh. Place looks good. Whole nother balcony over here. I like the new version of the music. There's Andre.
Why does everyone come to gawk at me?
A step girl in a pub ballet. Are they even allowed to do this? Work in town? A mechanical piano. A pianist rejected Andre in the capital. He's despised pianists ever since. Okay.
What are you worried about? That they'll chide you?
Alright, let's put some things where they ought to be. Oh, and we have some more bullets. Excellent. I can't take my gun out inside. That's reasonable. I'll reload it later. Andre Steppe, manic architect. An architect, pub owner, reveler, and murderer. Andre and I studied together briefly at university. We met during the student riots. I stitched up his gunshot wound myself. An unexpected reunion. Andre always felt confined by dogma and morality. Only a fool could expect him to come to this town and settle for simply pouring twyrine and nothing more.
Even my brother doesn't know how to build a true polyhedron. Only I do. You gotta lay down bones for the foundation.
I see the dust of my beloved capital on this man's feet. Cue the fanfare. I'm sure we've met before. Wait a minute. University. Juggling knives on the table. That was you, wasn't it? Oh yeah. Andre is another style icon. There's a lot of style icons in this town. Ah, remembering the time we got the better of those bastards, eh? And you sat there all demure. But when the tables went over, you grabbed the gun. Yeah, I remember. Very brave of you. Those were the days. And look at me now. Yes, those were the days. Daniil Dankovsky, in case you've forgotten. You? I'm Andre Steppe, the Downgate, the Alley of Heroes ensemble, the other stairway round, the house, which earned me an expulsion from the Architects Guild. My little brother and I designed them all. But he gets the laurels and I get the curses. That's just how things go. Really? I didn't know all that was your work. It's an honor to meet you. And my joy. So, you come from the capital. What's the situation? How's our university's court of miracles? Is Sepago still alive and kicking? The old bastard still owes me a lot of money, come to think of it.
Like, I go in the room and I'm like, this is nice. And I'm like, wait, this is way
No idea. I haven't been there in a while. I don't feel much nostalgia for our alma mater, honestly. Since you're here now, tell me, have you tried twyrine yet? It's a very special drink. The steppe herbs have a peculiar character. When infused in liquor, the effects on a man can be mind-blowing. I admit it's quite an addictive business. Architecture was getting old anyway. No, I haven't. I'll keep my mind unblown, if it's all the same. Well, you are your own master, I suppose. Like they say, a man's life is his to ruin. How can I lighten your mood, then? I've heard some sort of medicine is being distributed through your establishment, an alleged vaccine for this devilish sand plague. Why not? No guts, no glory, or so they say. Come on, tell me more. You must have heard this damn pest ran through here 5 years ago, right? The worms don't just sit idly after that. They threw together a remedy. Dead gruel, they called it. The younger Olgimsky came to me and suggested I hand it out at the pub. Clever of him. Dead gruel, huh? A fitting name. Might as well add it to the menu at this point. I wouldn't think you, of all people, would be scared of something like that. You're a doctor. It's some herbal concoction brewed with infected blood. There's some entrails thrown in for flavor. You make a tiny cut, rub on a smidgen, and you go to bed breathing easy. A vaccination, if I've ever seen one.
Dex and crit hit.
I'm at a loss for words. Has this remedy even been put through trial? Look behind you. See that dancer? She had some of the stuff yesterday, then walked through a sick district to pay her lover a visit. And here she is now, dancing her feet off. You die in 5 hours from the sand pest, don't you? 8 if you're tough. And she's here like nothing's happened. I hope Olgimsky Jr. began his human experimentation with himself as the first test subject. Don't panic, Professor. The Steppe concoction works. I'm sure of it. I was just about to try it on myself before you came in and distracted me. The dancer participated in the experiment and still lives. I need to examine her immediately. We'll return to this conversation later. Oh, that's Kulan. Oh! Right, who the guy said died. The guinea pig was the dancer. There's sand pest culture present in Vlad's serum. Sorry, ma'am, not to bum rush the stage, but, Did the Yargachin send you? Why isn't he here? Why are you here? Who are you? The Yargachin? What is that? I'm getting tired of your Steppe riddles. What do you need, Erdem? I'm a doctor. I was told you traversed an infected district after a dose of dead gruel. I'd like to know how you feel now. Any complaints? No complaints. I live well. It's just my heart that aches. The heart, I see. What sort of pain? Stabbing? Burning? Is it constant, or do you only feel it in the evenings? It's sinking, fluttering like a moth on glass. Someone lives in my heart, not one of the Katanche. Are you talking about the sufferings of the spirit, my good lady? The body doesn't suffer alone, Erdem. If there's pain, it's everywhere. My heart aches, my legs are shaking. Could you be more specific? No one here knows how well I dance. I used to dance everywhere, not within the walls, out on the earth. With my feet, I spoke to Mother Boto. Then the lean year came. I went to the abattoir to pound the hides with my heels. So your lifestyle changed rather drastically, is that it? The abattoir is hard. The termitary is hard. Couldn't live there. Cramped, stony, far from the earth. I left. Lost my shelter, lost my heart. Now I dance within these walls. Why couldn't you just return to the steppe? I told you, Erdem, my heart is in the steppe no longer. My heart aches, my heart tires, the steppe won't console it. I see. Tell me, when did you first feel this malaise? Was it back in the termitary? That is where I felt it, when my legs began to shake, when my head grew heavy. Mulkasar, a bad place. Is that right? Thank you. How long you've been feeling unwell is essential information. Buyushi Olgonyugib. Have you asked your questions, Erdem? Do you need me anymore? I'd like to take a closer look at you. If you'll allow it, I may find other symptoms on your person. Everyone here looks at me, Erdem. You can too. Still, step back a bit from where you're the center of attention. You'll need to undress fully. So, yes, the sand pest is the plague, Peabody. It's, they call it that. We learn, I don't think we've established it in this game, but we learn in the other game that it's because one of the symptoms is basically that it desiccates you, it dries you out. So your skin is like sandpaper. Oh, okay. Heart rate definitely seems elevated. Heart is racing. From dancing, or is it a symptom? She did complain about her heart. Strong build, clearly clearly gets regular exercise, doesn't look exhausted. A scratch, a minor injury, or such an itch that she scratched until it bled. Inflamed skin, pimples, rash, bites? Age 22. 2. Let's see. Circulatory system. Rapid pulse. Rash. Lymphotinitis. A natural focal disease caused by Yersinia pestis bacteria. Infection occurs through contact with infected patients, contaminated water, or mosquito bites carrying bacteria. Weakness, headache, and in some cases dizziness. Compromised immunity and constant scratching of the ulcers can lead to complications and often death. Did say that her legs were wobbly. Could that be loss of coordination? I think she also did she talk about headache? Headache, weakness. Yeah, it seems like lymphotinitis is the most likely. That also be the infection site, though? Or the variolation site? Nephropathia epidemica. And lymphotinitis seems more likely. What do you want now, Erdem? Just to ask some questions about what I saw on your body. I'm no Menghu, Erdem. I only know the Earth's body. The human body, I don't know it. What can I tell you? But you do know something about your own body. Tell me, does your heart only beat like that after dancing, or all the time? My Zhirkin, this wayward heart of mine, it beats all the time now as if I've been dancing. Never in its proper place, always trying to leap out, to embrace its beloved. I see. Let's continue. I don't know why you're asking these questions, but if Andreachai sent you, that's how it should be. What happened to your back? The skin is inflamed, scratched, a rash, or some sort of acne. My back's burning, Erdem. So bad that I sometimes scratch until it bleeds. It only calms with cold things. Can you remember if you've been bitten by an insect? I can't. It's autumn. Who can? Lots of gnats buzzing around. Tieme olon. But when a gnat bites, it's better the next day. My back just burns worse and worse. An insect could carry an infection, though. Yes, that's the most realistic hypothesis. Okay, so itchy skin, definitely. Skin redness. Rapid pulse. Yeah, that combination of symptoms, it's got to be lymphadenitis. I determined the dancer's diagnosis. It's not sandpest. The sandpest could have been suppressed by another disease in the organism of the dancer. I need to find more cases like this.
What a laugh. I'd stock up on hanging rope if I weren't too lazy for that.
Hey, while you were back there toying with my dancing girl, I remembered that they opened some deranged lab in the capital to exterminate death. It was called something funny. Erotica, maybe. Heard of it? Right up your alley. I see you're a quick study in disdain. It's Thanatica. And what have you heard about it? You see, you and I are not just fellow students. We're fellow sufferers. My creations are also on the kill list. For, what was it? Intellectual extremism and anti-humanism. I've been checking in occasionally, curious as to what else they'd decide to chop up. And I don't just mean the architecture. And here we are both in the wake of those measures. The polyhedron of Damocles hanging over my lodgings. That's one of your creations too, isn't it? Recognized my signature style, did you? It's mine, all right. Mostly my brother's, though. He's a genius, a shining brilliance. I should introduce the two of you, though it can wait for now. Tell me, what do you think of my dancing girl? I do hope you're asking me as a doctor. What, you mean you'd refuse to answer as a customer? What exactly did you presume? Come now. I have a whole ethnographic museum here, you could say. Heard of the herb brides yet? With their bare feet they touch the earth, and the earth bears the twire. Then I bear it down into a fantastic liquor. Everyone's happy. Dancing at a pub for an audience is not the same thing as dancing in the steppe, I'd say. What, getting all holier than thou on me? I don't drag anyone in here by the throat. They come on their own. So what about the dancing girl? I thought you wanted to check how she's doing after the dead gruel. I'm not quite sure about the dead gruel. I don't think she's showing signs of the plague, but I'd give her the day off anyway. She's sick with something else. But it's not the plague. Anything else can be cured, and you're just the man to do it. What do you say? Will you treat our Kulan? Wait, did you say Kulan? I know that name. She said she was in love, and he wasn't a man of the steppe. Andre, how do I count it? Tomorrow! She'll die of the plague tomorrow, and the next day I'll meet her lover at the warehouses. Dankovsky, are you telling me you didn't try Twirine? Maybe you don't need it with that head of yours. Do you hear yourself? You've just assured me Kulan has some malady other than the sand plague, and now you're raving sheer nonsense. I need to take a breath. You told me Kulan Rock walked through a plague district to see her lover. Her lover's a bandit, is he not? He looks the part. He just looks the part. As kind a soul as you'll like to find. All bark, no bite. You know what he calls that medical lot? Sawbones. I learned that word from him. What he himself will still be alive 2 days from now, despite coming into contact with... Wait, what if the presence of another disease suppresses the plague's communicability? Trying your hand at prophecy? Know who gets another day under the sun, do you? Really, Dankovsky. Take a seat, maybe. Rest a little. You're spouting some high-caliber nonsense. Is it your lack of sleep talking? Or did you have a little too much of the good stuff? Yes, I'm rambling from lack of sleep. All I meant to say is that I suspect Kulan has the plague after all. How's that? You're making your head spin. What about the other malady you found? Was that a mistake? No, she's infected with something else, and it slows down the plague. It's just a hypothesis, needs testing. But it would explain everything, the whole peculiar clinical picture. Huh, I figure the healthier you are, the better your chances of survival. Turns out the plague gobbles down the sick more slowly. Not to her taste, perhaps? It's not proven yet, just a hypothesis. But it's the best lead I have. So what now? You make Kulan your lab rat and shut down my pub? Don't let anyone new inside, and don't let anyone who's already here leave. I know you can handle that. And keep an eye on those who've had the most contact with Kulan. Look at you, all bossy. Did you learn that from directing test tubes back in the capital? Did they goose step for you like little soldiers? Until next time, Andre, that dead gruel is as good as poison. Don't tempt fate. Mania is peaking. Steady now, Dankovsky. Find a sedative. I stitched his wound once in the capital. He called me a bastard and hit me.
You do
The
look
polyhedron
like
is
a
his
hero
and his brother's creation.
from the front. But what about the other end? Bend over.
Ha! Buy me dinner first. Damn it, seemed like I could have had the chance to ask him for a sample of the plague, although maybe he just would have told me he didn't have one. I'd have to go talk to Vlad about it. Okay. Alright, first thing first, reload my gun. Or, I guess I still can't take it out until,
As if things are animated.
until I'm in a dangerous area. That also makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, it knocks you back and then beeps.
I guess I should go to Town Hall first, and then go to the still water to study my sample. Getting to the still water from here will be a pain. It's be easier if I go up and around. It's already 7 o'clock.
Medem should have been allowed the game's only F-bomb during this fight.
Yeah, I'm not going back through the warehouses. We'll go this way.
You're right. This side.
Okay.
I believe this is real. Someone's pulling at my strings.
Like 5 of them. Don't go down onto the circle.
Hey. Wasn't so bad.
This side. Yeah, where he does, like, where the circles show up will show whether or not it's going top or bottom. There will be a safe platform that you can stand on.
Ah.
Once Dankovsky. Now, 1,000 fragments of Dankovsky.
Okay. No need won't make me sifting through trash. It's filthy.
Choo-choo.
Ooh, the horror specs. Oh, hey! Haruspec's, Artemi Burach. Cub, Ripper. This man seemed to have as many names as people who knew him. He was a local healer, or Menku, a surgeon, a half-blood, a killer. Not liked, but respected. He completely failed to understand what truly made his hometown so fascinating. We were like two people walking the same street from opposite ends.
It'll be difficult for you to get used to our traditions.
At first I thought that they refurnished the town hall. Then I realized the furniture is the same, but it's the smell that changed. A new person. Have I got some special scent? Every person has a special scent, Shen. You are no exception. I will probably regret asking, but what is it I smell of? Your clothes smell of soot and grime. Those who live in the capital and have only just come off the train always smell like that. As for your flesh, you are not drinking enough water. Your body is dehydrated. That makes it smell of pond scum. Your Siddha system is telling you it needs water, but looks like you are not listening to it. Diagnosis by smell. That's a new one. This keen sense of smell runs in the family. Father always used to know who was going to knock on the door before it happened. People thought it was some sort of sorcery, but it was just the smell of their dirty, disease-ridden bodies. The very ones he worked with, day in and day out. A most peculiar gift. One more useful for a hunter than a doctor. Depends on how you look at it. A disease, Shen, does often manifest as a smell, especially if it's somewhere deep in the organs. To be honest, I can't see how one could grow up in this town and still smell anything at all. Besides sweat, that is. I haven't spent my whole life here, you know. I've been studying medicine. Just returned a few days ago. Ah, of course. You're an educated person. Artemi Burach, the man of two worlds. It's phenomenal how those shamanistic practices coexist with medical knowledge in your head. It might just be what you lack, Shen. You're a stranger here, and it's limiting your options a lot. I could help you. I wouldn't say no to an extra doctor, but your, Steppe practices might be a problem, I'm afraid. The patients won't be pleased if you sniff them head to toe like some sleuth. Looks like you're so impressed with my sense of smell, Shen, that you're going to joke about it for the rest of the day. Joke all you want, then. But keep in mind, I'm a local, and I'm allowed to cut open bodies. You're not. What are you going to do about that? Why do you think I'm not allowed to dissect bodies? I'm a certified specialist. Dissecting is part of my job. Such is our way. In our land, cutting someone's flesh can only be done by the one who knows the lines, an heir to the long taglur. Your customs are giving me migraines again. Drinking clean river water is forbidden. Dissection is also forbidden. I got out of bed on my left foot. Any penalties for that? It's not about that, Shen. Or not just about that. Knowledge of the lines is sacred in our lands. Only special people are allowed to plunge their hands into a body, either a living one or a dead one. Anyone who breaks the rule will face punishment. What kind of punishment? Are you going to burn me at the stake? No. Still, I advise you not to find out the hard way. Well, you have a point there. Haven't thought of that. We will indeed need to dissect bodies. But what's in it for you? My town is dying before my eyes. My father is dead already. I cannot just stand idly by. That's noble, but I must warn you, if we fail, and fail we shall, it's not just a matter of the number of victims, then we'll be on trial, you as my accomplice. Are you ready for that? I am. Then we have a deal. Me and Burak agreed to help each other in fighting the sand pest. I could find a use for his hands. That's pretty gay, Daniil. Just saying.
A learned man knows the contents of everything and isn't content with anything.
Dankovsky, you're back. This means I've won. Won what? And from whom? My assistant was certain you'd try to flee the town. We even made a wager. But you came back, which means my assistant owes me. How about we split the pot? I'm a generous man. I'll take only half. If you save this town, I'll give you all the winnings. Fair and square. For now, I'll keep them. I thought Olgimsky was the chief businessman of this town, but now you revealed yourself to be no slouch at all. Enough with the jokes. You examined the dancer, right? What's your diagnosis? I did examine her. Let me be frank, that vaccine won't protect anyone. The subject has the plague. I suspected as much, but hoped that... Are you certain, Dankovsky? The medical term is intercurrent disease. One illness can slow down the progression of another. The dancer is ill with more than just the sand fever, which is why she was still alive. Alas, her days are numbered. I see. Listen, Dankovsky, I'd like you to take charge of the Epidemic Emergency Command. It will give you the authority to issue decrees on quarantine measures, on supply logistics, on anything upon which our salvation depends. Perfect. I'm tired of seeing the results of other people's decisions. We need a doctor who's ready to make decisions, like Isidore Burak did 5 years ago. But first, we need to inform Vlad the Younger of his dismissal. He should hand everything over to you. Tell him it's my personal order. I want to look that man in the eye myself. Dead gruel from steppe savages. It could have destroyed the entire town. Make no delay. We'll still need you to reorganize the emergency command's operations. Tell me, what will you need to start off, Dankovsky? I need to set up a hospital. I need a space. And I need people. Orderlies, I mean, not patients. I need patients too, but there won't be any shortage of those. We'll provide you with orderlies. You'll have volunteers starting today. Finding a space will be trickier. Not just any building will do, will it? Something spacious, with plumbing, or at least access to clean water, ideally with windows for ventilation. Here's a list of places I can think of: the cathedral, the theater, the termitary, and the polyhedron. All of them are large and can fit many people, though they were built for other purposes. You should visit them yourself to see if any will serve. All right. I've had a glance at some of these, but I wasn't really paying attention, and I need to make my choice as soon as possible. Come back to the town hall when you made up your mind. We'll work out the remaining details: equipment, operating procedure. In the meantime, I'll look for some work hands. The decision maker shouldn't have to see to everything personally. No need to spread yourself too thin. I'll set out at once, right after telling the younger Olgimsky he won't be signing any more dangerous decrees. Glass tower. Paved with good intentions. Mounted me Burak, medical school dropout, son of a local medicine man, but his hands are gentle. Gay. Oh, hi.
Behind any pretty facade, there's a yawning black pit. Always.
Hello, Dankovsky. I've been expecting you. I've heard rumors you would disapprove of my vaccination methods we've been forced to use. Let me say in my own defense, however imperfect, it's better than nothing.
Okay. Oh, I was down. Come on.
I have. Your father in the town hall was boasting about it. Where does this vaccine of yours come from? You see, I've had reason to study the kin's way of life. That is, our workers, whom my father unjustly considers subhuman. It's not true. During the first outbreak, they fabricated a makeshift remedy for the sand pest. And now I've taken it upon myself to issue a vaccination decree. Tell me, Vlad, do you have a medical education? This isn't rhetorical. Please answer the question. Where did you study to be a doctor? I didn't. Fine then, let's go step by step. What makes you think your so-called vaccine works? I told you, I witnessed the results with my own hands. The sandpest buries people within the day, but those who took the vaccine are still alive. The testing took place in the termitory. You wouldn't be allowed inside as my father is, let's say, touchy about that. But there's Stomatin's pub as well. You can check there. I've already checked. And so? The dancer is still alive because a different illness is slowing down the sandpest's progression. She has a day left, no more. Truly, that's worrying. I've been checking on Kulan every couple of hours, and they keep telling me she's fine. Does that mean the vaccination decree has to be revoked? We sent a copy to the Stillwater for you. Burn it in the fireplace. I'll have to replace your decree with something more sensible, but I'll keep the written order. A memento of my acquaintance with your remarkable town. You may have trouble believing it, but I'm glad, actually. Glad that a doctor will be leading the fight against the epidemic. I only accepted this position because others were afraid of making mistakes. I hope we don't part as enemies. We'll likely have to work together in the future. We'll see. Return to the Stillwater, and I'll arrange to move the emergency command there immediately. You'll be assigned a personal secretary to help with the paperwork. He'll explain all the details. From now on, your decrees will decide the fate of the town. Congratulations, Dankovsky, and my condolences. Thank you. I'll head there immediately.
After the next iteration being yeah, fuck it. Morning, Starshine.
Surge in incidents. Day 5. Authorities tested an experimental treatment on the townspeople. The experiment was a failure.
It is moving.
Okay, I guess I'll have to wait till this moves to the Stillwater for me to actually make changes. That's fine.
See you, Space Cowboy. He fell off the edge.
Okay. This walk should calm me down at least. Getting kind of agitated. We've already established the termitary isn't going to work. Let's check out the theater. Listen, man, don't cut the line. I was here before you. And me too. We were here before you. I'm not in line. I'm here to check what's going on. Don't push ahead. Don't think you're smarter than us. Yes, tell him. He'll push ahead and we won't get any vaccine. What kind of vaccine is it? Did you ask anyone? I told you, it's a vaccine against the plague. Are you deaf or what? I'm trying to understand who made it. What are the ingredients? Trying to sound smart now, are you? Are you a doctor or something? What do you care about the ingredients? The important thing is that it works. Actually, I am a doctor. Oh, really? So why are you cutting the line? Didn't you take the Hippocratic Oath? I did. That's why I'm trying to understand what kind of poison they're handing out. Halt! I said halt. By the decree of the Emergency Committee, vaccination is currently being conducted. Don't go anywhere. I'll give you the vaccine now. What kind of vaccine is this? Who developed it? Were clinical trials conducted? Can I see the trial results? It's a vaccine against the sand plague. We've been ordered to distribute it to all the town's residents. Can I see it? What is this stuff? It looks like chewed up soil. How are you going to inject it? You don't inject it. You rub it into the skin, or into a wound for quicker effect. Are you mad? Rubbing this dirt into wounds. Listen, why are you so persistent? Who this, who that? It's folk medicine. The people developed it. Got it? You're going to poison everyone with this stuff. Stop distributing it immediately. Don't order me around. I don't take orders from you. If you have a complaint, go to the town hall. Your so-called vaccine kills people. I'll soon revoke the criminal decree regarding its distribution. Oh yeah. We're mad. Step back. Step back now. I won't do it. Do you hear me? I won't. You can't make me. Calm down. No need to scream. What's going on? Oh, so you're not with them. There's some kind of beastly crowd on the street. They're grabbing people, forcing them to rub dirt into their wounds. They call it a vaccine. Dirt, really? My cousin went to see it with his own eyes. Said it's some kind of concoction made from dirt and herbs. Disgusting. Yes, perhaps it's best to avoid it. I love that so far one of the biggest hazards to our health is just taking psychic damage from talking to people. Ah, there's the theater. Mark Immortel, impresario, director of the local theater. All the world's a stage, and so on and so forth. Clearly a man as educated as he is jaded by his own intellect, prone to perceiving reality on too many levels. I don't think he said a single word to me in seriousness.
They are, to put it bluntly, both puerile and deluded. A tough crowd.
What an honor to have such a distinguished guest at our rehearsal. Or do you count as a participant already? How can I help you, Dankovsky? Just, taking a stroll. Nice place you have here. It's missing something, though. Maybe a few hundred sick people? This is a perfect spot for rows upon rows of beds. So I understand that you're intent on opening a hospital as soon as possible. Without a hospital, we're all as good as dead. So says both common sense and my, let's call them, prophetic visions. I suppose there is a kind of poetry in an opera house becoming an operating theater. But why on earth would I agree to this? On my way here, I weighed my options on about how to convince you. I thought of putting on the pressure, of scaring you, but I'd rather be frank. I'm desperate. How moving. Your sincerity is disarming. But the theater is a place for spectators, not the sick. But if today there's no hospital, tomorrow there's no crowd. Make an investment in your audience. If they don't rest here, they'll rest in a grave. And then who's all this for? The angel that presided o'er my birth said, "Little creature, formed of joy and mirth, go love without the help of anything on earth." Wide flew the crowded gates of theaters, and a pale, frightful audience, with their souls looking in perturbation through the glare of a convulsive laughter, sat and shouted. What else can I say when even the prompter has frozen in silence? To hell with it, Dankovsky. Go on, open your hospital. Welcome to the stage. Thank you, Mark. I won't forget this. Anatomical theater. The hospital will be established in the theater. I need to report this to the town hall. Okay. Well, I'll find out another time. what would have happened if I'd gone to the cathedral or the polyhedron. But in all previous games, the theater is like the place where the hospital is, so I suspect it would have just been a waste of my time.
Nope, not even that. It is, what do you call it? There is none of the meteor is the warrior of light. None of these people.
All right. I need to go check on something in the kitchen, so I'll be back in a minute.
shit because like.
Okay, I'm back. I need to get off in about 30 minutes though to go finish up dinner, so we will cut the stream then. Let's see if we can get back to the still water by then without dying. First we gotta go through this plague district and in the dark. Awesome.
It's a different injury every time. This time his back's all fucked up and
Ah!
he occasionally just has spats of
You!
like
You!
screaming at
Have I heard it right? You've ordered the theatre closed, leaving our troupe with nary a hope for sustenance, and the good people of this town bereft of our performances? If you have a more suitable place for the hospital in mind, I'm all ears. The cathedral, the termitary, or even the polyhedron. Are there not enough spacious buildings in the town for you? And yet you choose to come to the theatre instead?
eventually they figure out that they don't have to speak.
What kind of town is this? Oops. A prop like any other, used for performances. You don't think we walk around this in our everyday lives, do you?
Intense rage.
The fabric has a dense weave. The beak can protect the respiratory tract. And how many do you have? The costumes. It's not a beak, it's a claw. Consider it a pointing finger. And we have enough of them for a crowd scene. Excellent. That's exactly the kind of scene I need. We'll use these costumes for protection against the plague. It wasn't even enough for you to take our theater. Now you're taking our props, too. Become an orderly, then, and you won't have to part with your beak or your claw. Fit the beak with herbs to mask the smells. Procure and distribute hooks so they don't touch the sick. And tear off those bones. Not down to the bone.
Excellent. Oh, his hair looks nice like that.
Heavy dose of morphine.
And the braid? No tattoo, I see.
Sabarov considers the polyhedron as a suitable location for the hospital. Even if it's not the right place, it's worth taking the trip. Alright, let's bump up our health before we go through this district. Oh, actually. Okay, so we can set multiple points on our route. Well, at least we're manic, so we can move fast. What is that? I'll figure it out later.
And I said, you know what? I think one of the voiceover entries was like, hey,
Oh. We're at the bridge square anyway. I guess we can move freely between the two. Okay, well let's check out the polyhedron. Since we're here. Oh, and there's a child too. We haven't traded with anyone today. Strychnine, bromide, matches. Ooh, bullet. Let's see, 14. Do we have anything else they want? Yeah, I can share. I can just give you kids some morphine. Why not? You'll teach me how to make strychnine, and I'll give you some morphine. That sounds great.
they're best. It's not very good.
do you think you're going, old man? You can't go in there. Only kids are allowed through. An old man. I'm 28. Really? Gee, you look 82. Well, you look at that, little sis. Shriveled relic here says he's 28. Right. Haha, more like 128. Or 228. He's so old he must have seen the dinosaurs. Haven't you, old man? Seen the dinosaurs? Soars. They're called dinosaurs. Gee, he's no ordinary old man. He's a grand old bull. Dinosaurs were in your ancient times, and we asked you about dinosaurs. They're sofas with giant lizard heads. Are those dinosaurs over there behind you? Inside the polyhedron? Can I take a peek, please? No old people allowed. This is a kid's world. Is that clear? You have your old people's world, and we have ours. We don't trespass into yours, so don't come here and leave your old dust all over the place. Takes forever to sweep. I see. Where did this world of yours come from? The polyhedron. What's holding it up? Lots of things. Kind words, poems, ditties, lullabies, tears. Hazelnuts, boogers, beetles, ants, dead folks, bombs, hugs. Dad's yelling, rainwater, gooseberries. Gooseberries? Ah! That's not a word. You made that up just now. Oh dear. Look, is there any chance I could talk to someone older? Are you deaf or what? Hard of hearing, that's for sure. Read my lips, old man. No, grown-ups. This is our world. You can't come in here. I'm curious how everything works. Who supplies you with food, for example? No one supplies us, old man. We're starving here. We eat each other. Ha! We flip a coin and decide who we eat today. And we do that every day, every single day. If you eat someone every day, and somehow some of you are still alive, how many of you live in there? Ha! Look! Look, Quirky! He believed it! We grow kids in special pots, and we eat them. You take a hazelnut, plant it in the ground, and then a kid sprouts out of it. It seems you don't understand how nature works. Nature is boring. We have our own nature here, got it? The polyhedron doesn't care about nature, and neither do we. I spit on it. Tui! Hey, why are you spitting on me? Sorry, Quirky. It was an accident. I was aiming at nature. And what if the polyhedron falls over? Who built it anyway? I don't suppose it just assembled itself out of straw and sunlight. It didn't. The genie built it. The genie from the bottle. The great genie. The great genie. The king of bottles. Look, I'm glad you're having fun, but I was asking a serious question. Who finds answers and miracles at the bottom of a bottle? A genie. Ah, I think I'm starting to understand. Genie means drunkard, right? Fancy that, little sis. The old man isn't as dumb as he looks. The old man isn't as dumb as he looks. He solved the riddle. Here, have a hazelnut. You earned it. And where can I find this genie of yours? Ugh, and you were off to a promising start. I thought you figured it out. Give the hazelnut back. Where do you think genies live, old man? Wherever there's lots of bottles. The pub, then. But I've already been there. Not a genie in sight. Just Andre Stomatin. Sure, Stomatin. That's our genie's name. But he's not Andre. He's the other one. The mirror image. You mean his brother? All right, I see. Thank you. I'll go drop by his house. Bingo! Bravissimo! Genius! The old man solved the riddle. Congratulations. Sadly, you didn't earn a hazelnut this time. Here, have this metal spring instead. A consolation prize. Thank you. It's a pleasure doing business with you. No way in. I can't get to the polyhedron. The only thing left is to talk to Peter Stomatin about it. Stomatin's loft towers above the Tanner's district. I'll start my search here. Way over on the other side of town, of course. Definitely not getting there tonight. Cathedral's right over here, though. Ah! Greetings, Daniil. The cathedral is open to the public, but there are rules. 3 rules, to be exact. and they're easy to remember. Sing no borrowed song, carry no earth, waste no time. And who might you be? I'm the caretaker. I keep the place clean and receive visitors. Who came up with those rules? What do you mean, sing no borrowed song? In the cathedral, singing a song that you did not compose is forbidden. It interferes with the process of time production. May I ask how the cathedral determines a song's composer? What if two people sing together? What about a joint composition? Or does the cathedral weigh each composer's part and choose the one who contributed the most? Right now, you're breaking the third rule. You're wasting time. Mind you clean your shoes well before entering, or you'll break the second one as well. It's rather quiet here. Tell me, do they hold services in the cathedral? No services. The cathedral services itself. A mass involves singing borrowed songs, and that is forbidden. Those are the rules. You speak of this cathedral as though it's a living being. The living waste time while the cathedral produces it. See the difference? What do you mean the cathedral produces time? How does it produce it? Why don't you come inside? Give the lever a good tug. See for yourself. I thought a cathedral was just a large church, a house of prayer, not a time-producing factory. Praying in the cathedral is strictly forbidden. A prayer is essentially a borrowed song. Remember the first rule? No borrowed songs. What happens if I sing a borrowed song? Simple. You will be swept from the cathedral with this very broom and will no longer be allowed to enter. All right, but what's that about earth? Why is carrying earth into the cathedral forbidden? The cathedral is an unearthly place, therefore no earth should penetrate it. See that broom? What do you think I need it for? I sweep all day, clearing out earth and singers of borrowed songs, along with those who waste time. Understood, meaning I don't understand any of it. I'll just be on my way. Ooh. Oh, nice. Court of Miracles. The cathedral doesn't respond. Today it gave me the time it produced. Worth trying another day, if there are any days left.
Forgot that there's so much of the world.
So he does like music. Oh, but it is draining my health. It's not good. I went too far. I can't go that way.
Should probably stay out of the low underneath the dome. Oh, she'd be hard
Hello, Eva. Well, Gimsky Jr. is now suspended from the decision not making, and I need to formally take power in order to abolish the deadly variolation. The hospital will be established in the theater. I need to report this to the town hall. Cliché, Victorian setting, kitsch. Ah! My friend, Peabody, says to tell you that they love you. Oh, they've also appeared to have standardized the barter system in this, which, again, must be nice, Daniil. Collected a sample from the plague's epicenter. If I get the dosage right, I can form a charge. Fire at the Shabnak. This should work. Distill the plague sample. Okay, that took time. The focus of the infection must be limited today while the projectile lasts. Okay. Ah! Professor Tellman, head of another lab. He was so very positive that every answer lay in the depths of one's psyche, and when the answers weren't there, Tellman would happily plant them. It would have been unforgivably stupid on its own, but even worse was the fact that I called him friend and he summoned the commission on me, the rat. So, the plague appeared to you in the form of an enraged woman? That's telling. Could you briefly describe the nature of your relationship with your mother, Dankovsky? Tellman, perhaps we should talk about how your denunciations led to my trip to the Gorkun. What kind of nonsense were you feeding the powers that be about Thanatica? You feel as though you were surrounded by enemies. When did that start? You're a scoundrel, and a cowardly one at that. You could at least admit to destroying my laboratory. Say it to my face. I rather think we should focus on you and not me, Daniil. It was determined during the investigation that you need a psychiatric evaluation, so we can form a psychological profile. I agreed to draw it up because it's better if it's someone you know, less outcry that way. So you're here to officially declare me insane? Not in the slightest. Firstly, it isn't true. And secondly, even if it were true, I'm not sure I'd be allowed to declare you as such. Insanity, you see, absolves one of responsibility. I'm certainly not telling you anything about my mother or my father, and certainly not about the topic you're so interested in. You will inevitably do so, but I can work with a story told in hints, too. Let's approach this from a different angle. You collect a sample of some dirt from the ground in a plague-ridden district, you take it to analyze it. That all seems perfectly logical so far. But then, the analysis showed that the sample contained unusual cells, which I believe belonged to the sand plague. They were alive, but in a dormant state. To put it in layman's terms, they were asleep. So it truly was a sample of the plague, a decisive step towards a vaccine. I managed to activate the cells using stimulants and topical irritants. The result was a plague sample, but an unstable and extremely dangerous one. I could not administer such a thing to a patient. It wasn't weakened like in a vaccine. It would have killed them outright. But you could still observe the cell's behavior. I noticed something curious. In the laboratory environment, the plague cells reverted to autophagy. In other words, they began devouring each other. It's as if deep down the plague despises itself. What feelings does that image evoke in you? It was impossible to use that sample for a vaccine, but an unusual thought occurred to me. If the activated plague cells were devouring themselves, perhaps they could be used to create an antidote. Not for sick people, it would kill them, but for the infected districts. How would that even work? I mixed the activated cells with a base for a compound to be dispersed with my prototype. It created a caustic, aggressive reagent that was only good for a few hours. By applying it to a plague contagion epicenter, I could force it to devour itself and cleanse the district. Oops. Shoot. Having loaded my prototype with this cleansing agent, I headed back to the plague district to kill an enraged woman. To disperse the reagent at the infection's epicenter. It reduced the level of infection in the town significantly. You speak of your actions in a manner that sounds scientific, even professional, but there are witnesses who claim you began hallucinating a certain female figure in the infected districts and saw you attack it. Don't deny it, Daniil. And who, pray tell, are these witnesses? That I am not authorized to comment on. You know, canonical killers, people in a manic state, have certain behavioral pattern. They strive to kill bad people, often women, often marginalized, in order to cleanse the streets. I dispersed the reagent at the focus of infection, and the rate of infection decreased. It's also been noted that on the very first day after your arrival, the town was gripped by mass psychosis. The townspeople were killing Steppe women because they thought there was a murderous golem among them. Do you think this psychosis could have affected you as well? I don't remember anything of the sort on the first day. I just want you to realize, Daniil, why you're sitting here, why I wrote that note about you. You are a danger to yourself and others. You are driven by hallucinatory manias. It's not a sin, but you must acknowledge that you are not of sound mind. Only then can the healing begin. And by healing, you mean lobotomy, right? I sincerely hope that when you release toxic gas at what you thought was a woman, it truly was just a cloud of plague cells. Stay strong, Dankovsky. We will overcome all of this together. No, I will, and I'll make you pay. Okay, it's technically day 4 now, but I mean, it's midnight, but I guess it's not technically day 4. There's still something... I thought I did take a look at the cathedral. Is there something I was supposed to do there? Okay, well, I'll swing back by there on my way over to the town hall, and then... Does it have to be that district, or could it be any of them? Well, I guess we'll find out in the next one. Better reload the disperser thing. And that takes an hour. Good to know. Okay, at least making drugs doesn't take up any time. calomel.
Tired of this noise.
Whoa. What's that?
Smart, intelligent, logical, but so very fixated on whatever he deemed important. We wouldn't even allow the possibility that he could miss something. He failed to understand what kind of place this is, what soil. He only noticed what was convenient, so we mostly left him alone. I sympathized.
I have no idea who that was. Whoa.
Can you hear what I'm saying?
Aha. So that's this game's version of the theater pantomimes. Was that you just talking about me, Eva? I guess. Oh, that's me. Can I get up there? Doesn't seem like it. Completely the wrong part. Here it is. Day is drawing to an end. I need to get to the still water, to Ava. So I need to go back then? Oh, and there's my rice. So we'll pick this up next time. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and I will see you next time.